Hello and welcome to American Mogul. Today we are going to discuss the stimulus trap. Yeah, we know that when all this happened, the economy took a huge hit, and to prevent chaos and destruction across financial markets, that the Federal Reserve stepped in and the government stepped in to prop up the markets and the economy. I think that was a noble decision. However, a lot of it went to waste. Yeah. Now we have just had $900 billion stimulus pass, and now another 2 trillion, which looks like it's going to end up being around a little bit more than 1 trillion, maybe 1.2, 1.3. But that's not a lot of money. You think it sounds huge, but you're dividing it amongst 400 million people. Yeah. So let's say that the average individual gets $2,000 and the average family gets $5,000. Big corporations, small, medium-sized businesses, mom and pops, right? They get a little bit money. But really, what can you do? Think about it. Let's say you're a family getting 5,000. Well, you have to take care of your family. Half that money is going to go into things that you need to survive. The other half, some of it may go into discretionary spending and the stock market. Younger people, you get $2,000. Come on, we know they are going to spend a little money on themselves, yeah. Maybe 500 of it on things they want, yeah. Little things, but it will add up to about 500, leaving about 1,500. I think about 1,000 of that will go into the stock market, and for families, about the same, 1,000. Right? Now, what really can you do? There is pumping of the stock market by the talking heads saying it's going to shoot to the moon. However, we have vaccines. We understand how to control it better. Yeah, there are new variants and new things and stuff like that. However, we're going to come out of this. And then what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Okay, infrastructure spending. But that infrastructure spending will go to trying to replace jobs that were lost, that were previous to this, people employed who became unemployed, to get them re-employed. So it's just getting back to square one. However, everything is taken off. You cannot just bring people back to square one or first base. You got to bring them to second base, third base. How are we going to bring this home? It is very, very trying times right now. And people are not thinking through this. There come a point where stimulus is going to end. Yeah? Government fiscal stimulus will go to infrastructure. And that's only to replace jobs that were previously held. And you know when government does something, they are not going to make it back to what it was before. They might get 20%, 30% of the way there, but that's still going to leave 70% of the 20 million people estimated unemployed, which is probably double that. But let's just say it's 20 million. You are still going to have millions upon millions of people who don't have jobs that had jobs before this happened. What pressure is that going to put on society? Never mind the stock market. The stock market is not a gauge of the economy. The stock market right now is a gambling den. Yeah, there are no, like even me, I am about as conservative an investor as you can get. I study the company from A to Z. I have to have not only it earning money, but a PE ratio below 15. And that has served me well over the years because, you know, as I said before, PE ratio is how many years, the true meaning, how many years to get your initial investment back. Yeah? For the company to grow in, get you your initial investment back. Of course, it doesn't have to, but I love it when they pay a dividend. Yeah. But with such low interest rates, zero, and that's nominal interest rates, real interest rates are negative. So, what will happen? This stimulus trap. What happens when it stops? Unless you have magic beans and you can get a bean stock to grow to the sky, it's going to end. The growth will stop. Yeah. And see, the mind of an investor is like this, yeah. Normal investor. If I can make 5 to 10% yearly on my the actual magic number is 7%, yeah. Because 7% in 10 years you double your money. That is a long-term, seasoned, intelligent investor. But gamblers want to invest money today and double tomorrow. Can that happen? Of course it can happen. Does that happen? Oh, yes, it does. But does that happen on a consistent basis? No, it does not. But that exhilaration, yeah, that you buy a stock and in a day, a week, a month, it double. That is an incredible feeling. And now in today's market, not only can it double, triple, quadruple, it can go 10x, yeah? But it can't go 10x every day, and it can't go 10x every week, and it can't go 10x every month. Yeah? There'll come a point where even the craziest of crazy gamblers realize the odds are unlikely. What happens when that juice is sucked out of the system? What happens when these people who say they are making 10,000 a month, 10,000 a week, 10,000 a day stop making 10,000 a month, 10,000 a week, 10,000 a day? And they only make 100, 200. All these people that say, I quit my job, become day trader. Yeah. the possibility for this to go on is 100%. I believe this market is fully out of control. And it gonna go up. However, there gonna come a time where all these self-proclaimed day traders are gonna go through a dry spell. Then what happened? What gonna happen then? The people that say, I quit my job to become a day trader. Do you know how rough a life that is? How mentally, emotionally strong you have to be a day trader. I cannot do it. I cannot sit and watch the stock market every second of every day. What kind of life is that? I mean, you are worshiping money. That becomes your idol. Yeah? Okay, we need money to live. We need money to live. That very important statement, yeah. It's to live. Think about that. You are not living. What a human emotion does, it drives us, yeah. We are basically no different than the animals, right? Instinct, emotion. It ingrains in us, yeah, expectations. These are unrealistic expectations. If I could, you know what I would love to do? Just go for a walk without a mask. Yeah. I have to be inside my place. I only go out to get medication, and when I get my medication, I buy some supplies because I have enough food to last years. Yeah. When this all first started, before, I've always had to be prepared. Yeah. So, for me, my whole life, and my kids can vouch for it, I have kept a year's supply of food. Because you never know what can happen. And this goes to when I first got married. I was 20 years old when I got married. And first thing we did was buy a house. And the first thing I did in the basement, put racks, freezers, fill it with food for a year. And my late wife used to say, what's the matter with you? I go, I went through starvation. You understand? Not hunger, starvation when I was young. And that shaped my life. Those 2-3 years living on the edge of dying from starvation shapes you. This moment in time is going to shape people for the future. And you think stimulus from the Federal Reserve, monetary stimulus or fiscal stimulus from the government, you're going to change that? Right now we're in a sense of euphoria. Yeah? Money is flowing. It's like water. But water goes to the area of least resistance. Yeah. However you want, water will flow to the area of least resistance. And yeah, these companies like Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, Wayfair, when this stimulus money goes out, they are going to get orders like crazy. But think of the future. Yeah, because they are skimming money. Yeah. What happens when direct to consumer from the manufacturer starts? Because they're all doing it. Yeah. Nike used to sell their shoes at Foot Locker and other big box stores. But now they're doing directly from Nike. Yeah. How many companies are going to start doing that? Yeah. Directly from them, bypassing Amazon, Wayfair, Shopify, Etsy, all these middlemen. Yeah. They are wholesalers. Amazon is just a wholesaler. And all the other companies. As inflation hits from this increase in the money supply, inflation of the base money, people will spend because free money, helicopter money. You know, you've heard it a million times. Helicopter money. These companies are going to want to get a piece of the action. They don't want to pay middleman. Yeah. Imagine you get your $2,000, yeah, and you gotta go and buy something from a store. And when you get to the store, yeah, there's someone waiting outside. Say, okay, what you want to buy? I want buy a pair of running shoes. Yeah. Okay. How much you want to spend? And what you? Okay, that's $50. Give me 70. I'll go in, get it, and bring it out to you and give you 50. I give you the shoes. Sorry. And you say, wait a minute. If $50, why God give you 70? Well, I'm the middleman. Yeah. You would say, get out the way and let me in the store. But they say, no, you can't. And that's what these big tech companies are doing. Right? They are the gatekeeper. But more and more companies are saying, no, we don't need a gatekeeper. So you look at this monetary stimulus from the Fed, fiscal stimulus from the government, and you hear the numbers, trillion, 2 trillion, big numbers. But really it's only 1,000, 2,000, yeah? And depending if it's a family, 3,000 to 5,000, yeah? How much money is that really? It is not a lot. And all this money that they say is on the sidelines in the stock market, there is no money on the sidelines. Think about it, please. You own a stock, $10. Yeah? It go to 15. You want to sell it and make 50% profit. And there's someone who want to buy it for 15. Right? So you sell it for 15, someone buy it for 15, and now you have $15. Is that money on the sideline? Because somebody had to take $15 out of their pocket to buy it from you, and then you put it in your pocket. It's just a revolving amount of currency. There is no money on the sideline, because now you take your $15 and you buy a $15 stock, yeah? Did that money just go in? Or did it go in when he bought your stock? Or she bought your stock? It is a circle. It never ends. There is no money on the sideline. Yeah? And the danger is that the hype and propaganda of these stimulus packages, how they affect the economy, is a trap. Yeah, it is a trap. Because money doesn't come from nowhere. It has to come from somewhere. If money could be printed without regard, right? Ask someone in Zimbabwe or someone in Venezuela or countless other countries that tried that route and destroyed their economy. Eventually, this stimulus trap will catch up to everyone. And people start to see, yeah. I mean, right now, insiders are selling at a highest rate in history of the stock market. Think about it. CEOs, CFOs, directors of boards, presidents, vice presidents, anyone at the top that's insiders are selling at the highest rates in history. If you think you know more about the company you're investing in than the people who are running it, you're out your mind. You are crazy, on top of the fact that you may be mentally irregular. Yeah. There might be some mental irregularity in your thinking if you think you know more than a corporate insider. The writing is on the wall. The stimulus trap is ready to close because there come a point where you can't stimulate anymore. Now, I call it the Fed call or the government call. They say the put, but a put is when you think something will go down, and a call is when you think something will go up, right? So the calls that the Federal Reserve and the federal government have put in place is working temporarily, but it a trap. It a trap. They are getting all their friends, high wealth donors, out, and then catch you all with one big net. Yeah. Because eventually you are going to run out of reasons to make stimulus. Eventually. Imagine 6 months from now, everybody vaccinated and the world back to normal in a year. Then what? Then what? You can't stimulate anymore because there's no reason to stimulate. You have to get down to reality, right? Even Jack had to cut down the beanstalk, yeah, to keep the giant from killing him, right? And this market is the giant, yeah. This stimulus is the giant. It coming to get you. Eventually, you have to cut down the tree, the beanstalk. The stimulus trap is a trap because it is not perpetual. It is not indefinite. It is not everlasting. Eventually, it will come to an end. Right? There come a point where even you crazy gambler will not pay for a stock. Yeah? There come a point even crazy gambler is not going to go all in on a 7 deuce unsuited. Yeah? You got to be careful. You got to watch what you're doing because the stimulus trap will be sprung when stimulus stops. And what everybody's saying is you're not getting 100,000. You're not getting 200. You're getting 1,000 to 2,000. What can you do with that money? Okay. You put it all call options, and all of a sudden market turn, you lose it all. And you say, well, it was 1,000, 2,000. But when tens of millions of people this happens to, yeah, the party will be over. The punch bowl will be taken away. Yeah. And you are going to have to walk your sorry butt home. Yeah. Be careful. Now is not the time to plan on never-ending stimulus. Right? I figure you're going to get 3 or 4. Right? We had one in March. Then we have one in January. We're getting one. And there might be one more. And then that's it. So, I think, okay, gotta go, bye-bye.